But I ended up taking drugs for the first time in my life at this party. Before the foursome, I start tripping balls. I end up in a straight jacket cuffed to 4 other people.
What the fuck? Let's go, baby.
Welcome back. You know what, guys? I love you cunts, right? I was having a real good giggle yesterday, right? I was driving around, and if you guys are not entertained on this fucking show, bro, I don't know what can entertain you. You've literally got a feminist, a guy who doesn't even know what day it is half the time, DZ is a borderline communist, and a guy who thinks MDMA grows on trees. And we're trying to bring you the weekly news.
That's it. And we're doing it.
We're the most least qualified cunts to be talking about the news.
Are you not entertained?
It's hilarious.
How do we do it so good, though? How do we do it so good?
I don't know. How is everyone, Tori? How are you this week? You said you were getting smashed at work today. What's been happening?
Whoa. I fucking hope not.
Yeah.
But imagine out there somewhere though, there's a girl working at a brothel and she's literally getting smashed
at work.
I love that that's the first thing you fucking think of. This
whatever.
So, what's been happening?
Whatever.
I've just been busy. I'm training somebody that just came back from like a year and a half of maternity leave. Fucking lucky for them. But yeah, I'm just doing training and everything at the moment. So I just feel fucking so busy. And my days are just like meeting. So I have like no spare time, and I've had the worst fucking headache like all week. And coming here and listening to you fucks is just gonna make it worse.
It's like torture.
In these headphones too, I'm like, this is not gonna do me any good. Other than that, I'm great.
I've been wanting to kill myself.
Joey K, what's been happening with you?
Nothing much, man. I've just been working away and training. I seen 2 car crashes on the way home, or a motorbike crash on the M4 coming the opposite way, and there was a crash my direction as well. So bumper to bumper traffic both ways. You know. But other than that, just playing low.
Holiday time almost
soon, man. That's what I mean. I know Tori's been stressed at work, and I'm doing a lot of OT like day to day, like extra hour or 2 here, there. But it's like all in the lead up. I feel like because we got this trip, it makes it work a bit more bearable. You know what I mean?
Temporary.
Yeah, 100%. You kind of That's what me and Chloe was talking about the other day. We're like, fuck, it sucks when you don't have like a holiday to look forward to. Life just feels like it's 10 times more of a grind. Like, even though because we're saving for the wedding, but like we're just both like itching for this wedding. So afterwards, our savings can just go towards something else again. Like just so we can fucking so much shit to explore and see around this world. You know what I'm saying?
The wedding, like anything, right? Like a holiday, you talk about it for so long, and then it's boom. You feel like you fast forward. It's like that movie Click. You just wish you had that remote to pause.
Yeah.
And like the wedding as well, it's a thing where I'm not saying a wedding is less fun than a world trip. It is.
But it
is. But it's a thing that everyone does. Everyone does it at a certain capacity, right? But it's this thing that we've kind of romanticized about for ages. And you're putting that money into it, but it's for the experience. But isn't it crazy, right? And I'm not against marriage. You know, one day I'll propose to Tori. You know, but. It is crazy when you sit back and think about the whole construct of marriage and how one day people save the mozza just going in and get the registry papers and be like and have a party. Back in the day, my grandparents, they literally like my pop didn't even have a ring. He goes, listen, we're poor, we're broke. They're 19. He's like, just got out of the Navy. I want to marry you, but I don't have a ring. So they went to the registry office, did it that way. And then literally had some friends over. But back then, that would have been like, oh, man. And now it's just like some...
I fuck with that.
Crazy... see, you would fuck with that. And I want to be able to fuck with that. But I know when I'm in the registry office and it's just my parents, it's just my
you're going to be like,
and then I'm like, where's Iggy? Where's DZ? Where's all my mates and my loved ones? I care about more my mates being there and my immediate family than my aunties and uncles and and of course if Tori rocks up at some point of the wedding, I'll be chuffed. You know what I mean? But
I get you. Yeah, it's Yeah,
I'm not trying to talk you out of it. I'm just saying.
Wedding's cancelled.
Yeah, and it's off. Nah, like it is an experience. Like, and you speak to that's the thing too with blokes, right? Is that no matter what blokes will say, fuck whatever, wedding. But every wedding I've been to, the bloke is loving the attention. McCann didn't stop smiling from ear to ear. Scud didn't stop smiling ear to ear. Scud still to this day talks about his wedding. Like, you know what I mean? So it is a good. It's a mad experience, and I know it's going to be sick. Like, and I do love the attention on me, so I know I'm gonna have a good time regardless, bro. But I'm just saying, me and Chloe, we're getting that holiday itch pretty fucking bad, bro. Pretty bad.
Where are you going for your honeymoon?
Japan.
Oh, next year.
It will,
because you know how the rest of them are going.
They're all. Some of them are there now. Cody,
Yeah.
Lydia's there now.
Right. So you guys are going
Mikey.
on your own.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Look, don't get me wrong. I'll spew, and like, even Cody messaged me today. He's like, bro, I'm spewing. I'm not here with you. He's like, you would fucking love it. He was like, I know, but the thing about Japan is it's not like Europe where it's like. Europe, you can go in like a group of 50 fucking people because each country kind of has the same and only main thing that everyone kind of wants to see. You know, Rome, Colosseum. Fucking, I don't know, you go to Malta, Blue Lagoon, you go out partying. You go to Greece, you go to the few main islands. You know what I mean? It's all kind of the same stencil. But whereas with Japan, there is so much different shit that you can experience.
Nintendo World. Cherry blossoms.
Harry Potter world. Fucking
sumo wrestling.
Cafe with different animals and shit. Yeah. Different restaurants. There's so much different shit you can do.
Koi fish.
Even going in a group, it'd be impossible to... Like, even Mikey said, he's like, they're only going with like 6 of them or 7 of them. And as soon as they all tried to plan together, everyone was like, nah, everyone wants to do different shit. So they're like, oh, okay, there's kind of no point even trying to plan shit together.
You and Chloe will have such a great time. No, don't have to worry about friends in terms of... No matter how close you are, it's something you got to worry about and coordinate.
Yeah. And Japan too, it's the culture's not built for big groups of loud people.
Yes.
They'll look at you funny. It's very quiet. You go do your own thing. It's a very good like honeymoon place. I reckon.
Fucking oath. And that's why I said to Chloe, I was like, Chloe, I know it's going to suck. We're going to get the FOMO. But no, we're not going with the group. I was like, I want to go just me and you. There's so much shit that I want to do, you're going to want to do. And the second you do it with other people, it immediately kind of hinders that experience because you're trying to please them and then they're trying to please you. They want to do this at this day, but that's 7 hours away. But we want to go 3 hours away and do this. So I was like, no. I was like, Japan, strictly, I don't care. Just me and you.
Yeah.
Right?
And plus, you got to look for a wedding to look forward to first before that.
Exactly.
Yeah, happy for you, man. Everyone's gone to Japan. What about you, Dizzy?
I've had a good week, actually, man. Something interesting happened to me today for once at work. Just today, right? This guy walks in. Looked like a little bit like fucking Napoleon Dynamite, right? This bloke. Comes in, he's like, I need a filter and this and that. And we're like, yeah, all right. He's like, it's for a movie. Okay. And we're like, what the fuck? And he started fucking spilling the beans on this whole... They're filming in Glenbrook a Netflix movie with Charlize Theron and Eric Bana.
Oh, what?
Yeah, the movie's called Apex, right? Wow. This is fucking exclusive, right, bro? I don't even know if this shit's revealed, bro. But he told me everything, right? And he's like, yeah, they're filming the movie there, and I need this filter system for the hot tub for Charlize to fucking... We're trying to do a hot tub, but they need to filter the water and shit for her or whatever. And the movie...
Is it a nude scene? Fully nude?
No, I don't know if it's for the scene or just for her, but they have to hike 3 hours in, film 3 hours out. The movie's about her. She's an extreme sportswoman, and she's getting stalked by these dudes. All right, her husband. Spoiler alert: the movie's not even out, but spoiler alert. Her husband dies or whatever in a mudslide or some shit. All right. And I think it happens at the start. It happens at the start of the movie.
Okay. That was the climactic.
This guy doesn't know the full plot. I'm assuming, but anyway. So she goes on this thing to honor him. She comes to Australia and wants to do like whitewater rafting or some shit. Anyway, and then she stops at a petrol station. These guys follow her around. So it's like a thriller movie, a stalker movie.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And apparently in Penrith, they were supposed to be learning how to kayak and to make it look realistic, how to do extreme sports. She only rocked up for 2 days. He only rocked up for 1 day. So they're not even fucking... Wow. And I was like, fucking hell. So yeah, and this guy was telling me he worked on Mad Max Furiosa as well.
Wait, wasn't that in Australia?
Yeah. Well, that's... And he was telling me how much money they spend on that movie, on Mad Max. They had... cranes on standby.
Didn't it flop or something as well?
No,
it did really
Mad
good.
Max always does good. But they had on standby these $10,000 a day cranes, just in case, on standby. So they're spending $10,000 a day for like 6 cranes to just sit there.
Yeah.
Like,
That's crazy.
How crazy
man.
is that?
Imagine being in the crane and you don't even have to do much.
Yeah, bro, that's where the money is at, man. Telling you.
This guy said the movie will probably come out at the end of this year.
Oh, shit.
Sooner, yeah. Netflix churns them out, man.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
they're
sooner
still-
than I thought. Yeah.
Wow. So Netflix editing team would be on fire.
They are kind of putting more new stuff out there because for a while Netflix was just like a ghost town. Like
Yeah.
they would not like they'd have shit in there. You'd like, why is this in and then this isn't in? You know what I mean? They wouldn't change it up much.
Is
But
there any news on this?
Yeah, what Dylan said is correct. Just to add to that, Apex follows a grieving woman who is seeking solace in the wilderness only to find herself ensnared in a deadly game of cat and mouse with a serial killer. This is right up my alley.
Yeah.
It's not up my
well,
alley.
it's up your alley. It's up your alley, but it's your biggest fear.
My biggest fear.
Your biggest
but
fear is that.
I love it. The film.
You sick fuck.
The
I'm
film.
gonna start chasing you around the house in the dark.
No, I love thrillers like that, like anything with serial killers and stuff like that. The film will create more than 460 local jobs and contribute to an estimated $56 million in the state's economy.
Yeah, well, when you're watching that
There you go.
movie, you can know I helped supply
Yeah, Dylan
Charlize
supplied
Theron's
the filter.
filter for her fucking hot tub.
Yeah.
They'll put me in
Get
the
a
credits.
commission.
Imagine it says in the credits.
Filter
DZ.
supplied by DZ.
My,
Tiny ass
my
writing.
co-worker more or less did it anyway. I didn't really do shit.
They
That's an
plug-
eavesdrop.
You just eavesdropping.
Hey, plug the pod. Imagine that. The movie.
Says
plug-
FireCast. Thanks, special thanks to FireCast.
Bro, well, if Eric Banner's in town, let's hit him up.
Let's go,
Let's hit
man.
him up. Imagine that. He actually pulls through as a drunk ass cunt just sitting here in the corner. That'd be sick.
I've always liked Eric Banner.
He's
in
a good
movies,
actor, yeah.
It also has, I don't know if you guys know this, but what's his name? Taron Egerton.
Yes, the
Who's
pommy
that?
guy that plays in.
What does he play in?
He plays in the guy with the movie, the spy movie.
For the gentleman.
No,
He plays. He plays in a lot.
Yeah.
Kingsman.
Kingsman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also Carry On. Do you remember that?
Carry on, yeah.
Oh,
With
yeah.
Jason Bateman.
Yeah, yeah, that was a
No,
good
I heard
movie.
it was a good movie.
No.
She doesn't like.
Oh,
She
he doesn't like it.
If a scene happens, any scene that is not what would happen in real life,
She hates
Tori's
it.
the
Yeah.
first to go. Are you serious, bro? Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the
Like,
same.
yeah, like they're fighting in the luggage compartment. Do you know how the bags
Yeah,
go
yeah.
down? They're fighting on there and they're sliding down the slide bit.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Come on, how big is this thing?" As it like, it's always it's like the runway in Fast and Furious. Remember how on the runway with the plane and they're having that 10-minute fight scene? It's like, bro, how long is the?
yeah.
You know what I mean, that
hate
kind of
it.
shit.
I can't stand unrealistic stuff.
Yeah,
like
I'm
that.
the same.
Well, it's got him
Rose
in
is
it.
like, can you shut the fuck up? Like, what are you? She's like, shut up, man.
Yeah, let's
I
watch
can't
it,
help
yeah.
it. It's fun for me. It's fun to do that.
Yeah.
You two sour little fucking pussies, bro. What the hell, man? God
I love
damn.
how it's like it's not even ruining the experience. That's just what you do. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like most people just go, they suspend all belief, and you guys are just like, this,
Yeah, yeah.
This guy, and then you're like with the other cynical person just high fiving.
Oh, golly gosh. Well, do we have any anonymous questions?
I think we got one or two, but it's interesting. We were talking last week about furries, all right? Someone says,
Do we have a few?
my name is JD and I am an Aussie furry and would love to answer any questions you have about furries. You can find me on TikTok at JDM, green furry profile picture.
Nah.
Nah.
No
We
way.
gotta- we gotta-
No way. We've actually got a
I
furry.
tried to find them, but you type in JDM on TikTok, there's heaps. It's a million.
Really?
fucking- yeah.
What, JDM? Tell him to
Yeah.
message me, bro. JDM furry? What?
I guess. He said it's a picture of a green furry for the profile picture. But anyway, shout
Nah.
out to you, man.
This guy's fucking with us, bro. It's Piers.
Maybe, but I don't know, man.
Dude, yeah, if you're actually listening,
You know, I posted.
send me a message on Instagram, bro.
I posted on TikTok a video of us talking about the furries, and there was actually a few comments and people and shit on this. So it might be someone from that video.
Send us your
maybe.
litter box that you're shitting in. Also,
Yeah,
I would have one question. What is it about that fandom sort of vibe, being a furry, that interests you? What draws you to that? Like, that would be my genuine question to anybody that's a furry is, and no judgment from me.
Yeah, we want to
at
interview
least.
a furry.
Yeah, I would love to know, like, what draws you in to want to dress as a furry and act as a furry?
This is the thing, though. I realized when I was listening back to last week, we're talking about different furries. You're talking about the furries in the school and the kids, the type that wear the ears and shit in the litter box. And I realized I didn't make it clear when I said they seem like good-hearted people. I was more talking about the ones at the conventions that go in the big mascot suits and shit. That's what I was imagining.
Okay, so a furry's not.
But you're talking about the furries that walk around and actually pretend like.
That's what I thought we were talking
Yeah,
about.
That's
so
what I thought we were
I
talking
realized
about.
because we mentioned something that you were talking about the conventions where it started, so that was in my head. So when I was talking about it, I was thinking about those guys.
No,
But
I
then
think
realized,
the furry sort of
yeah,
phenomenon actually did start from that, but it's now eventuated
Yeah.
into everyday
but
life.
that was my fault. I didn't make, but yeah, because when I realized when you were saying, yeah, you could stay away from me, but when I was saying good, I'm like, damn, fuck, I sound like a fucking love furries now. I realized I was talking about a different kind of furry. Because I'd also seen that video on TikTok with that guys at the convention, and they're all in these big fucking mascot costumes.
Yeah, I mean, you're there for that. You know what I mean? Would I go to one? No.
Yeah,
Okay?
if you
But
take the suit off, I respect it.
if you leave
keep
that
it-
premise, if you
yes,
leave that
that's the
venue, if
thing.
you go to the venue to your car, right, and then you go home, that's it, and you're still wearing it, and you get undressed, fair. If you're going from the convention to your car to Aldi on the way home, and you're not getting undressed from that
Yes,
suit, you
yeah.
can go to hell. Like,
Yeah,
it's so weird.
exactly,
It's almost
yeah.
like if you've ever been to a dress-up party and you got to get drinks on the way, but you're already dressed. Like I remember I was Scooby-Doo once, and you were who's the girl in the purple?
Daphne,
Velma?
Velma.
You were Velma. And I remember I had to get out and get drinks, and I'm like, holy shit! Like I literally have to just go and order. Can I just get 10-pack of? Just forget the whole thing. Like forget that I'm wearing the whole Scooby Doo outfit.
I did
But
that.
yeah.
It's Daphne, by the way, not
Daphne.
Velma.
I did-
Velma's the one with the glasses.
When we were doing the Christmas thing, when I was dressed in the Greek costume, I had to get ice. Thea's like, "Can you get ice on your way?" I'm like, "Fuck, I'm in the costume." I walk in. Everyone's like, "What's the occasion? What's going on?" I'm like, "Oh, fuck me."
You should have said, "What do you mean?" Like,
Don't worry about it.
For your fucking party cunt, your dress up party you had. Me and the boys went as with the Jedi Council, and we had to go to the shops to get
that.
drinks and shit as well. It was like fucking 4 p.m. We're all dressed as Jedis and shit already. Bro. I was
I
fucking
think,
sick.
was that my 16th?
That
Or
was a-
that like my 14th or something?
Right, I'm pretty sure it
I
was like
would've-
your 11th birthday party.
yeah, she came out of the womb.
I feel like that was like my 13th. Like, yeah.
Nah, it was a big one. It was either 16
I
or
think it was 16th. It definitely
Yeah.
wasn't 18th.
It wasn't 18. No.
It was like 15 or 16.
And how old? I would have been 18. I would have been just fresh 18.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of fucked how long we've known each other.
I know.
I would have loved to be present. I hear all these stories about parties back in the day, and don't get me wrong, we partied hard together since I've known you, but I'd like to be at least a fly on the wall to see the things that you guys have seen.
Oh.
But the furry thing though, that's not just encompassing the actual people that go to those kind of events though, right?
Yeah, right. You
Yeah.
guys are right.
Yeah.
I just when I was talking about it, I was
And not all furries. I'm not saying that all furries are fucking weird. You do what you want to do. People go to anime conventions, they dress
Yeah.
up and they do this every Comic Con or whatever. But yeah, it's the furries that when I think furries, I think the ones that are kind of they need to be that character, like method acting as a
Yeah.
cat.
Well, look, hit us up regardless
Yeah.
if it's not Pierce taking the piss.
I hope it's not.
Yeah, I hope it's an actual.
Or if it
furry.
is you, Pierce, you have to dress up actually as a highlighted green.
Then come on.
fucking cat.
We only had nothing else really. Someone just says, "There's a Joey. It's okay to rant. Don't let Tori stop you from going on a tangent. We enjoy it."
The fans are listening.
So the fans literally, they're like, their ears are perking up, and Tori's like, no. And they're like, oh,
Who sent that? Tell me right now.
hey.
Who fucking sent
The
that?
people have spoken. Oh, God, I love this podcast.
You guys only say that because you only hear him for an hour and a half every Tuesday.
That is true. That is also true, though.
Seriously,
You live with the guy.
I live with him. We have
But
a conversation.
she's still breathing, and we
She's still here.
We do have pretty intellectual conversations.
We
Just behind
do.
closed doors, I feel like me and you have pretty brain stimulating convos. Like
We
the other
do.
night watching I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, then we started talking about how weird it is that people nowadays, if you're still hung up on like if someone's a homosexual or this and that, and actually angry enough that you're reposting and shit. Because someone reposted and they made, and I had a little back and forth with my friend, like not going to name names, but I had a conversation like, hey man, like why do you care? And then he just couldn't, and I went, oh, and the next minute I just started talking to her. We paused, I'm a celeb, get me out of here. And then 30 minutes had passed, 20 minutes, and she's like, oh, okay, well that was a proactive conversation, and then just boom, like because it literally was like one of those conversations I like love having every now and then. But in between that, it's bullshit, you know what I mean? And I love it. I love a rant.
But the thing is, too, if we had 6 hours, then we could probably just let you off your leash and just fucking go crazy. But,
Yeah, but
there's
I like
not
the
enough
leash.
storage on the camera, bro.
Bro, did you can't see on TikTok the fucking clip that's like viral of the cunt getting interviewed at the Mardi Gras that was over the week or the weekend last weekend?
No.
And it's like this old it's like an old ass Aussie ass guy, right? He's fucking true blue Aussie. and he's there with his best mate. His best mate is like a fucking homosexual. He's got the glitter on and shit, the purple hair, right? It looked pretty cool, right? In his sick outfit. And he's just there with this rough-ass looking dude, right? And they're like, what the fuck? They interview him. They're like, it turns out that the guy and that guy, they've been best mates for ages. But turned out the whole time, old mate was gay. So rough mate goes with him to support his best friend to the Mardi Gras. So they're interviewing him and he goes, yeah, it's like, you know, how does it feel being here, seeing all the homosexual partying and that? And he just goes, gets the mic and goes, yeah, man, it's pretty cool, eh? A lot of people back home where I'm from out in the bush are still a little bit funny on it, but they're starting to come around and everything's all good.
That's the nicest way.
The nicest
of being
way.
like, yeah, they're coming around.
And all the comments are the same. They're like, that was the nicest way to say, you know what, I'm all right with it. It was just funny, bro. That conversation reminded me of it, bro. And that's all of them?
Yeah, that's it for those, man.
Oh, okay.
What's up, Australia? It's Egyptian Thunder God here from FireCast. Do you like training? What about staying hydrated? What about letting the world know? Because we all know that everyone loves to film themselves. If you don't film it at the gym, it doesn't count. This is the easiest way to take your videos at the gym. It's got this magnetic ring, the back of your phone. Set it up like so and record whatever you want. You don't have to be some obnoxious dude or girl bringing some tripod thing to the gym. No one wants to see that. This is so subtle, yet so effective. 10% of every purchase also goes to the Sydney Children's Hospital, so that's a plus. This thing stays hot or cold for hours, and it just doesn't get better than this. You know what I mean? You can pick up yours whenever you want. Hydro Grip. Let's go.
Fuck me.
Welcome to the Reddit Corner.
Yeah, it was Iggy's turn this week for the Reddit Corner.
I forgot to.
Yes.
Have you seen that fucking? I was laughing. That Aaron the plumber cunt. Do you know who that guy is?
No.
Fucking hell, he fucking cracks me up, that cunt. Do you know who he is? Fucking hell. We'll talk about it later. Don't worry about it. Fucking hell. I'm sure someone knows what I'm talking about.
What is he like
He just fights every cunt. Like, he was on a dating show and he's like always fighting cunts. It's just funny, man. Like, it's just stupid.
Okay, here we go. My Reddit for this week was craziest thing you ever saw or did at a party. Now, this one was a little difficult because everyone was writing novels again. So it was hard trying to filter out.
Yeah, I like picking the short ones. Eh?
Yeah. The thing is that people would literally type.
Well, I'll go first.
Their whole fucking. You go first, Joey.
At a keg party, everyone is having a great time. 3 weird, strange rednecks show up. One of them starts to do the knife game trick from the Aliens movie, which is, you know, put your palm out and... They keep going faster and faster until he stabs himself really fucking hard right in the finger. Everyone cringes. Dude's finger is pouring blood. Him and his buddies wrap his finger in a paper towel and leave. As we were all laughing and talking about how crazy that was, someone noticed that they stole the fucking keg. The idiot with the knife was a diversion. The other 2 that were with them carried the keg out while everyone was reacting. Fucking rednecks.
What?
So he stabbed himself just to steal some piss.
Yeah. He
awesome.
literally bled for his grog.
Yeah,
That's commitment.
That's crazy.
He could have just walked in and asked for a beer.
Yeah, I feel like there's easier ways,
Right,
right?
hey, bro, I have one. Like, fucking hell. Like, give me a fucking beer. Fucking
I would
stab
always,
himself.
as a kid, like do that in school with like
A pencil.
the pen or a
Yeah.
pencil. But then I'd always just be like, as soon as I start to feel cocky, something in your brain just wigs out. It's almost like your brain goes,
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. My friend's story. He was at a Halloween party that got busted by the cops. Everyone ran out of the house. One kid, apparently, dressed as Jack Sparrow, locked himself in the bathroom. The cops came into the bathroom door. He opened the window as they opened the door, and he looked at the cops and apparently said, "You can remember today as the day you almost caught Captain Jack Sparrow." And then he jumped out the window and escaped.
Oh my God.
So how do you confirm that story, though?
Yeah.
You can.
I don't know.
I feel like by the time you go, always remember the day. You always got next minute
Tase ups.
you got to run while you're saying it, right? Remember this is the day.
Yeah.
This person says, friend of mine played a game. They all got butt naked and ninjaed into the neighborhood's backyards and swam into pools in silence. The game was to swim in as many pools as possible before getting caught.
I tell you what makes the story even more gay. The more quiet you are while naked with your buddies,
Yeah, I
it's
know,
more
like,
gay.
you can't say anything but laugh.
If us 3 are hopping fences naked and we're just going,
Not
all we can
talking,
hear
yeah.
is our breaths, like and going. and we're looking at each other, and not one of us laughs. If we look at each other, and I'm seriously gazing at DC, like, come on. Iggy, you're falling behind. Like, come on.
I'm erect as well.
Yeah. Iggy's like, in the corner.
That's
Fucking a blow up swan in someone's pool. Yeah. But I mean, that shit is weird. At parties are insane. I got some as well that I would like to share before after my next point, actually.
We would have something if.
Can I just add another funny memory to that canned strip? I mean, there was a couple.
Oh,
Some I
gosh.
won't say, but
Don't say all of them because
No,
there's
I'm
some
not.
gnarly
I'm
shit
not.
that happened that trip, man.
no, I'm not. But do you remember we were playing hide and seek?
Yeah.
Like cooked, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean,
We were playing hide and seek, and Josh.
That's right.
And was he the person that was supposed to be He was
was
the person,
hiding, wasn't he?
I thought he was the person that was supposed to be finding everyone, but he forgot that he was supposed to be finding everyone, so he hid. And then we were all hiding, and then
Hiding for hours.
and then a good, like, I'm talking 20-minute past, and we're at this big house, big property, in our hiding spots, and I remember being like, bro, what the fuck? Like, so much time has passed. We all come out, and all of us collectively together, like, bro, where is Josh? Like, what is happening? We all start looking for him, and he's like shoved up, like curled up in the fetal position behind this chair around like the side of the house or something in the pitch black. And we all like go over to him. We're like, Josh, and he's like frazzled, clearly frazzled. And then it's like he forgot that he was the one that
the rules are in the game, and it's crazy that he forgot which one he was. Like,
that was so funny.
So hard to
That
fuck
trip
up.
was wild. That was the trip that scarred me off energy drinks. Because we were at the club, and remember,
Yes.
this is so dangerous, right? I don't even know how a club's allowed to do this, right? So they had a special on that night. So obviously the club's full of 18, 19-year-olds. They're all young as fuck. And the special they have on was free vodka Red Bulls, liter ones, for $20.
Bargain.
So what do you think everyone in that club is fucking drinking? Vodka Red Bull. So everyone, the whole club has got free in their hands. Yeah. We're fucking necking these, right? We're smashing them. Bro, I promise you, I think it was around my like between 10 to 12 I'd had over the course of the night. And then so I get to like my maybe 11th one, my 12th vodka Red Bull. And bro, I'm telling you, the fucking heart pain I started getting was like freaky.
Of course, yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, and like it hurt that bad that like it buckled me, like I kind of like not fell to the ground, but like I kind of like buckled, and I was like, oh, because obviously we're dancing and shit. And I'm going, oh, I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, fuck. And then my chest starts hurting. I'm going, fuck, this isn't good, man. Then I realized I've had like 12 of these motherfuckers. I'm like, fuck. So I then instantly just put mine on the table, leave the rest. I'm like, fuck this shit. I go to the corner of the club, and who do I see sitting in the corner of the club like this, holding his chest? It's fucking Mr. Meagley.
Oh my God, of
He's
course.
doing the same thing. He's holding his chest like this, rubbing his chest, going, fuck. And I see him, I go, oi. I go over, I'm like, dude, is your fucking like heart hurting? He goes, can't. He goes, I'm getting like palpitations from these drinks. And I go, bro, do you want to fucking go home? He goes, bro. And me and him backdoored it from the club and went home because we were that scared, like we were in pain. Yeah. So we just went home, we chilled out, got out of the club scene, just started smashing heaps of water. And eventually we came good, and we're like, okay, thank fuck.
Yeah.
They definitely had a case of Red Bull that was going expired or something. They had to get rid of those
Well,
fucking
imagine drinking 12 Red Bulls. Like, forget that. You forget how much you drink because of the alcohol. Like, you just like, vodka Red Bull, I've 8. But imagine having 8 glasses of Red Bull.
Bro, that's not good for you. That's why they shouldn't be. I'm surprised they probably wouldn't do that now, but that is like a dangerous fucking deal to have on.
Yeah.
Very dangerous. So I've got one here. It says, I had a chance to have a foursome. 2 of those were women. So I'm assuming it's like him, his mate, 2 girls. But I ended up taking drugs for the first time in my life at this party. Before the foursome, I start tripping balls. I end up in a straight jacket cuffed to 4 other people.
What the fuck?
We somehow lose the key to the straight jacket, and still to this day, we don't know what happened to the key. We all had to get taken to the emergency room to get the jacket taken off.
That's a different foursome.
Yeah. He's still in the foursome. He's just getting fucked in the straight jacket.
God damn.
I feel like Americans are so like OTT with it, eh? They're just doing all this silly shit all the time.
I feel like entering a foursome would be such a... It's like taking shrooms alone. Like, it's something that you at least have to be kind of clear-headed going into. Like, imagine you're tripping You're scared. You're worried about how to stay alive properly,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
How to exist in this realm. Next minute, you got 3 people naked in front of you, going like,
what
they
the
look at you
fuck?
like, just stick it in my ass, and you're like, I'm seeing the walls close in.
You got one?
Apparently, ASAP Rocky, that song LSD on that one of his mad albums from back in the day. Apparently, the origin of that, I could be wrong, but he was writing it after he had like a threesome on acid and stuff, and like it came to him that way. But what do I know? I don't know. I don't know the bloke, but you know that's what I hear. Text me. He texts me every now and then.
He sent you a DM.
A huge bald guy walks in, lays down a few lines of coke on the kitchen counter, and proceeds to snort them off a giant Bowie knife that came out of seemingly nowhere. After a few lines, he turns and points the knife directly at me and says, "You want to go at this?" I said, "No, thanks," and just continued snorting. We were all expecting an altercation when the host asked him to leave, but his response was, "Oh, yes, of course, I understand." No one at the party knew who he was. And someone was like, he was the ghost of the addict who used to live there. And someone said, the ghost of Cocomas past.
I've got a funny story remind me that something similar to that happened.
Well, say it now. Say it now, man.
Well, I wasn't there, right? I'm not going to name the person who this happened to, but he's a good guy, and we all know him very well. Long story short, he goes away for New Year's. They go to fucking towards like Terrigal ways, right? So they get like an Airbnb. It's heaps of them. There's like 30 people, right? They got girls, boys. They're having a big one. They're all getting fucking on it. They're drinking hard. Weeds going around. Yada, yada, yada. After the, I think it's, I can't remember if it's after or before the countdown, whatever. Let's just say after the countdown, they're all, partying. They're going extra hard. And apparently just randomly, some random islander guy bust into the Airbnb and started going like off. Like he's rampaging, he's breaking shit, he's kicking down doors. And everyone's like, what the fuck? And everyone's like thinking, who the fuck? Like, is it your mate? And then turns out, also, no one knows who this fucking guy is. This guy was tripping balls thinking that they were in his house. So he was rampaging the Airbnb, and it took like 7 of these dudes and our mate to get this cunt out onto the street, and he's offering them all out and shit, and they're all going, bro, what the fuck, are we gonna have to fucking flog this guy? And this guy was big apparently, so they're like, fuck, like what do we do, bro? This guy's big, and he was going off apparently, and they couldn't, they were there like fighting this guy for ages apparently, trying to get him out, but they had to eventually wrestle him out onto the street. And then it got that bad to the point where they were all considering calling the cops because he was rampaging that bad. But no one wanted to call the cops, obviously, because you're a bunch of fucking, teenagers fucking in a house party, trashing the place, drinking and shit. So they're all going, fuck, what do we do? And then all the girls are like crying and freaking out, going, no, we got to call the cops. So, yeah. And then they ended up eventually being able to get him out and subduing the dude. But, yeah.
Fuck it.
Imagine trying to explain that to the police. Like, he actually claimed it. Let's just say he beat them all up.
Yeah.
Claimed their Airbnb, and everyone's like, bro, you're literally in our accommodation.
Yeah.
He comes to, he's like full bloody and shit.
This one says, floor caved in at an apartment party. The carpet was the only thing holding everyone up. People were falling. Others were trying to climb up the carpet wall that led into the kitchen to try and escape the building. I felt bad for the dude that lived below. Shit was outrageous.
Fucking hell. It's like a This Is the End scene.
Oh, my God. This one says, I went to a party and there was real women there. Crazy. That guy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That's a
He would have
furry.
been a fucking nerd, this guy.
It's like super bad vibes,
Yeah.
right?
And then this is my last one. I was at a party and for some weird reason, one of our high school teachers rocked up shirtless carrying a 24-pack of drinks with a red bandana over his head. We still to this day don't know how he found out or who invited him to this party.
Oh,
Name that guy from the Predator list.
Fucking hell, man.
arrest him now.
Far out.
You got another one?
No, I don't have another one, man.
I got a couple more. This one says, on Halloween, I watched a guy dressed as Jesus standing on top of a frat house drinking boxed wine, claiming it was water a few minutes ago. An hour later, I saw the same Jesus being arrested for public indecency.
I guarantee you there was never water in there.
No, of course not.
That guy's like, that sounds like the drunk Jesus.
This one says, dude peeing in a girl's oven while everyone was in the kitchen cheering. And this one says, a 40-ish year old naked guy with body paint leading a conga line while playing the saxophone. It's always the 40-year-olds, man.
Yeah, man. What's with the creeps fuck with their dicks out going, it's okay, I got a saxophone.
Can you think of anything? There has to be something we've seen, man. I've seen some fucking wild shit, man. I know that after this episode, I'm gonna go, fuck. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I feel like there's been a ton of stuff that Tori and I talk about all the time. I'll get like a flashback and I'll message her and I'll be like, "Do you remember the time?" Blah 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 blah.
Oh, remember the time? Remember the time I wasn't even. This is another thing. They tell me stories and I retain. That time that drank
Car wash.
car wash. He drank car wash and he was burping bubbles or he was vomiting bubbles or something. Or he vomited a bubble. I don't know if it was like boop, boop, boop.
This happened when I was with my first boyfriend or one of the first boyfriends, and we were at a party. It was someone's party. I feel like it might have been like or something like that. And then we went back to, I don't know, someone's house or something like that after, and we were all hanging out, and then everyone ended up leaving, and it ended up just being me. Like I was with and left, and it ended up being like just me, maybe someone else, I can't remember. And the sun was coming up and we were all just sitting outside around this table.
Awkward as sun coming up.
No, I hate that.
Yeah, and they found car wash and they just started drinking car wash. I've got a video of it and I've showed it to twice, and he just absolutely cracks up because it's a video of just like drinking car wash and then spitting it out. That was cooked.
Kids are idiots, hey, man. I remember one time at your house. I was at your house, all young as, man, and I remember, I don't fucking know what the fuck, I like just a bunch of different, like weed and then beer and then pills, and then I was just fucking, by the time we got to your house, you guys were saying that she thought she saw a fucking train in the backyard or something. And then anyway, we ended up going back, I was back at my house and I was watching Superbad, and the characters looked so fucked up. I was like, what the hell am I looking? I kept saying to the bloke, I was like, bro, what the fuck am I seeing right now? And he's like, straight up, bro. Like the characters had squished in heads and their eyeballs were massive and shit. I'm like, holy shit, this is so bizarre.
Dylan, do you remember that time you stayed over mine and you left your car parked in Red Rooster? And they closed the gate.
Wait, wasn't
she
that
told me about this story.
That was after a school thing.
That was after, I think it was like our
camp or something.
Was it a camp or formal or something like that?
Formal, maybe.
You stayed at mine, and Dylan always had this habit. Whenever he would stay over mine, he would always fold up the blankets that he was given and leave them wherever it was, and he'd always leave hours before anyone else got up. Like we would wake up and Dylan would be gone. Always.
Early bird, man.
Always. But I remember this one time we had a group inbox with like Josh, Aaron and Pierce, and I remember we all woke up, Dylan was gone, and there was a message from like 2 hours beforehand of being like, I just tried to get to my car in Red Rooster and they'd closed the gates and locked me in. So you said you mounted.
Yeah, I mounted the phone.
You mounted the curb in your little car at the time.
Pulsar.
Oh my gosh, bro.
And that, I just
forgot
remember,
about that.
I remember pissing myself laughing because I could just imagine you walking from my house to St. Clair because it wasn't that far. And then it's like 6 a.m. or something. You get there, you're obviously so hungover. You realized your car's locked in Red Rooster, and then you have to mount the curb of Red Rooster to get to get out.
It's funny too because it's just a little chain rope, and it's like, come on, bro, like, fucking get
Like
this.
if you had a grinder, you could have just
Yeah, I don't know. I think the craziest things I've seen would have just probably been like the Marsden Park parties when every time, without a doubt, the cops would come and they'd be all in brawl. And you're trying not to get involved so you don't get fucking bashed. But then the cops come, then everyone turns on the cops and everyone's throwing bottles at the cops and you're just sitting there like, fuck, this is too gnarly, man. You're trying to escape. Like, it's just shit like that, man. But like...
These poor cops are just on their shift.
Yeah,
getting
they're
bottles.
Fuck,
You're like, bro, come on, man.
That's every weekend for them, bro.
Yeah.
Like I've seen a couple of those. I remember one time we were at a party with all my boys and shit, and we're walking home. You do those stupid walks, bro. Like you do like fucking hour and a half walks and shit. And we were walking at night, and then people started punching on and shit. But it was like a cartoon where instead of staying in one spot and fighting, they were running around the streets, and like it was like we were going in a big group following these cunts punching on. It was crazy. Yeah, and then it's just fucking those stupid walks, man, that you do when you're young, bro.
Good times, bro. Good times. Your fucking 16th, when we were dressed as Jedis, ended in a fucking fight. Remember?
Yeah,
Cunts were fighting in the street and
person
shit.
that I was dating at the time got stabbed.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, bring them back.
Yeah.
Let's go. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. But that ended in all in brawl as well, like up near the park near mine.
Yep.
Oh, where you guys? Oh, just around here.
Yep.
Kids are so fucking stupid.
And I like, why fighting?
It would be
It's
cool
not- it's not
though.
cool,
It
like-
would be cool though to go. Yeah, I've been stabbed once.
No, it wouldn't.
That's
terrible,
bro.
bro.
That's terrible,
wait.
man. God damn.
What if it looked like a cool scar
In the shape of a
and you
dick.
saved someone? It's all about what you were doing when you got stabbed. If you're at a house party and you start to fight someone and then you get stabbed, you're a dickhead. But if an elderly woman was getting robbed at the servo and I went, hey, stop doing that.
And then you get
and I
stabbed.
got stabbed and I
Yeah,
survived.
true.
There needs to be a mural of me, you know?
At the St. Clair 7-Eleven, you with a cape on. Fucking. Well, we forgot the fucking hats.
Oh well, fuck it.
Well,
Oh well, it's all in the ears, whatever they hear, you know.
Yeah, true. Well, that'll do us again for fucking Reddit penis. And then we need to.
Anyone as well, if they have any, any party stories or anything crazy
Yeah.
you guys have witnessed, feel free to send something in.
We have a new song coming out.
Feels good. Check it. Okay. It's the same old story that these rappers talk. We've been at this game for years and now I see
And then Meg.
Yeah. Head rush and I see the shine. It's the dust that we bring to the neon lights. In the hush I can hear the hype that builds. We don't need any heat to set the world on fire.
It's such a warping
It's a
of
good song.
sounds, you know what I mean? Like, it's like at your kind of drop when it's like...
Glitch up.
Yeah, it's that glitch. That's
Glitch
what
up.
it is.
Fucking sugar punch fucking
Yeah,
pieces, bro.
how good I knew you were
Every
gonna
time I
say
hear that
that.
song, it reminds me of you. I'm like, fucking
How
Tory.
good. I love that.
Yeah.
Every time you release something like that, I'm like, I love this.
Yeah. Shout out to Glitch Up Community. It's being uploaded through their record label. As soon as I sent it to him, he was like, bro, this is fucking sick. He's been uploading our shit, man, since
yeah.
Sold Our Souls.
shout out, man.
So thank you.
Good people.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention, I put a little video out to Trip Jacket Marauders yesterday. So thank you, everyone, checking
Where'd you
that
film
out. Next door to my house. They're building houses and shit.
Oh, man.
So, so thank you for the love on that. If you're a rapper, man, it doesn't matter how old your song is. If it's a good song, promote that shit, man. Promote it. That's why I'm going back to my old songs and just whatever I can make visuals for. I'm gonna try to do a video. Just simple, man.
Yeah.
But and then we got that other song, Shady, with you coming out on the 8th, I think.
And then I've got to work on
I got a bunch of shit I
the
sent
one you
out.
sent me, and then you sent me. So I've got 2 of yours I've got to work on.
I've sent you more than 2, bro. And there's
Have you,
more
done
coming.
have you done the verse for the fucking dubstep one?
No, I wrote to
Yeah.
it. I've written to it.
Yeah, we got heaps of shit, man.
Yeah, a bunch. I sent you more than that, man. Like, I've sent you. You got like 6 of my shit, man.
Nah, you
Yeah,
sent me
man.
Not So Serious. Then you sent me the other one where you said it's not my beat.
Yeah,
And that's it.
That's a fucking mad song too. And then I got more though, and I'm pretty sure there's more.
No, that's it. That's
I'm
it.
gonna send you what I got.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there's more coming. I got a feature with verse. Got a feature with jazz. Feature with jazz coming. So yeah, I'm gonna send you a lot of shit, man. But yes, so thank you for listening to our music.
Perfect.
By the way,
Perfect. That brings us to our favorite segment. This is
Them
Joey
news
K's
going
favorite segment. What has happened?
there's just too much all the time.
There is a...
There's just
What has happened?
What
Did
about?
you go ahead, Tori. You good?
I was going to say something, but I don't know if we want to turn it political or not.
just say it.
Just say it.
What about the Trump?
What do you do now?
Did you not see the interview that he had?
Oh,
with-
with Zelensky.
This guy, bro.
yeah, fucking hell.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe let's not harp on
Yeah.
it, but
But you still got to address it,
But
right?
what,
I
did
don't
they
even know
solve
what...
anything? They didn't solve anything, did they?
No.
Nah.
I don't know what they
I
were
think
hoping
they're in a
to...
worse off position,
Yeah.
to be honest.
I don't know what they were hoping to get out of it. I don't know what kind of relationship him and Trump had when Trump got into office. I was under the assumption Trump said something briefly like, "We're going to come to an agreement. It's going to be fine." But I don't know. Yeah. Someone mentioned something like, "Why don't you wear a suit?" to Zelensky. Someone asked,
But he never wears a
that.
suit. He's never.
Yeah, but the fact that that's a question. But why is that a question when you're talking to someone's president? It's like,
I don't know though. But in saying that too, like even 50 Cent said it in his book. It's like, if 50 Cent invites you to do business with him and you rock up in your fucking tracky dacks and everyone in the room's got a suit on, instant red flag. So I kind of get where they're coming from. Like, come on, bro, you're the fucking president.
But Trump, when a reporter asked that, and Trump said, "I think he's dressed beautifully." He's dressed beautifully.
Oh, so it wasn't even Trump that said that.
No, a reporter asked that, and Trump defended him at first.
Okay.
But Zelensky has now said that he's ready. He apologized. He's like, "I'm ready to sign the mineral deal to still go ahead." They want to keep the relationship. It seemed kind of orchestrated. I don't know. It was weird, man, how they got so fiery. Very weird. But then Zelensky wasn't fucking. They were both chirping at each other, man. Like Zelensky. At one point, it was mostly JD Vance's question that set him off by the looks of it.
What did he ask?
JD Vance, I can't remember. He said something like a peace, make peace with Russia or whatever. And then Zelensky's like, what peace, what diplomacy has Russia made? We made a deal and Russia broke the deal, and it just kind of set him off a little bit. And then he under his breath, Zelensky says something in Russian, like it means bitch or like.
Did he?
to JD Vance. So it wasn't, and it was a bit wild. I just hate that shit, man. I wish Trump. I love his actions. I like that his actions to change and do stuff for real. But the way he carries himself, I just wish he could do it better, man. Like I wish he could speak like Obama and do the shit he's doing. But I feel like he wouldn't be able to accomplish what he's doing if he did speak like Obama. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I don't know.
So wait, is there anything there, Tori, that says what? So this is them trying to fully stop the war in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Because they were meant to sign a minerals deal too, but they kicked him out of the White House and they postponed it.
They kicked him out.
But now Zelensky's saying he's ready to sign the deal. And Trump also got angry because Zelensky said that the peace deal between Russia is still very far away. And then Trump's like, "What do you mean it's far away? You have the power to make peace. We can do this, man. Like, let's try to get something out." So that kind of pissed Trump off a bit too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm just reading. They've even got a Wikipedia page on it. So Donald Trump and Zelensky held a highly contentious bilateral meeting that was televised live in the Oval Office in the midst of the Russia-Ukrainian war. The meeting ended abruptly without a clear resolution and without the expected signing of the Ukraine /United States Mineral Resources Agreement after Trump and JD Vance criticized Zelensky, at times drowning out his voice during the meeting. The incident marked the first time in US history that a sitting president verbally attacked a visiting head of state on camera in such a manner. This is on Wikipedia, by the way. Leading up to the meeting, there were tensions between the Trump administration and Zelensky's government. Trump wanted Ukraine to make concessions to Russia to swiftly end the war. In contrast, Zelensky, who distrusted Russia's commitment to abide by its agreements, wanted security guarantees against future Russian aggression.
That's what he keeps going on about, security guarantees. His
kind of fair, right?
His interview with Lex Friedman's very good, Zelensky's. I'll tell you something about Zelensky I only learned recently too. A lot of people probably don't know this. Zelensky was a comedian and actor before he became president, right?
Yeah.
And in 2017 or 2016, he was on a comedy show, where he plays the president of Ukraine and he's trying to weed out corruption and shit. And then when he announced his run for presidency in 2018, he used his party's named after the same one that's in the show, and people thought it was a joke that you know. And there's videos of Zelensky on he won Dancing with the Stars in Ukraine as well. And
this guy can do it all. What the fuck?
There's videos of him before, on a stage. It's like an America's Got Talent sort of thing or something. And he's playing the piano with his cock, pretending. He was a comedian. So he was pretending he's playing a piano with his dick and shit. So it was super weird, man. But that show, literally for 3 years, was a popular show in Ukraine. He was playing the president. And then the next year he became the president.
Usually if you're in the comedy game, no comedian wants to be the... Well, first of all, most people in the universe don't want to be the president, right? But definitely not a comedian usually, you know what I mean? So...
Well, life loves irony.
Yeah, random as.
Did you see that they made a woolly mouse?
Yes, that was one of my points, bro. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. They really
Like
want
a
to bring.
woolly mammoth.
Yes, they
So-
really want to bring back the woolly mammoth for some reason.
So woolly mammoth, but in a mouse that looks like a woolly mammoth but miniature with a tail.
So they use gene engineering they've been working on this mammoth thing for ages, right?
Yeah.
We've spoken about it before. But so using gene engineering and shit, they were able to make a mouse that was born with woolly mammoth hair, basically.
it actually look adorable,
Fucking
kinda.
with the genes and shit.
yeah.
And
Imagine they have tusks. Like
Yeah.
for some reason they want to bring the mammoth back and put them in Siberia.
There's a photo there.
So yeah,
They're
crazy.
I still
right?
wouldn't keep one, but fuck, look how
I mean,
furry it is.
It is cuter than a normal mouse.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, it's like they've tried to go from the complete opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of size. They've gone, okay, what's the exact opposite of a woolly mammoth in terms of size? Either an ant or a mouse.
It's
you
just
know?
it's just because they use mice for testing,
everything.
lab testing. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's obviously going to grow from that. There's a article that, Wikipedia page that says the woolly mouse refers to a variety of genetically modified laboratory mice developed in 2025 as part of efforts towards the de-extinction of the woolly mammoth. The mice feature mammoth-inspired traits, which include the woolly coats and other genetic modifications aimed at cold tolerance.
So the way, from my understanding, the way they're going to do the actual mammoth is they will use a African or Indian elephant embryo,
Yeah.
and then they fuck with the genes and put that into an elephant, and then the elephant gives birth to a mammoth.
And then that
essentially.
mammoth will have. Eventually, they're making so many mammoths, they fuck each other and make a
Right.
full mammoth
Yeah,
again.
exactly. And then they put them in Siberia,
Siberia.
in Russia, cold as fuck.
Oh, so what is it-
coldest-
is it-
And then Russia are going to use them as like,
Yeah,
you know,
they're
Lord of the
riding into
Rings.
war.
Like, yeah.
Oh,
Putin's going to be riding the first ever fully grown woolly mammoth since their extinction.
So wait, is Siberia like snow all year round or
ice,
something?
like crazy.
Why did I think, when
All
I think
year round?
Siberia,
Yeah.
I think
Wow.
hot.
middle of Russia, and they think by 2028, or was it 2028 or 2029?
Yeah, 2028.
That they'll be able to do the mammoth.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Wow.
So wait, is
man.
Siberia Tory snow all year round?
Yeah, man, it's cold as fuck. It's
And
near
what-
the top of the earth.
So why the mammoth as well? Like, why not? Can they do this with that? Like you know, the fucking, what's that dingo?
The
The
thylacine, the
Yeah, the-
Tasmanian tiger.
Tasmanian tiger?
Now,
They
well,
can do it, yeah.
apparently the company that's what they do. They're trying to bring back extinct animals, but the mammoth would probably. I'd say the mammoth would probably be the easiest to attempt.
Yeah.
Right. Surely
Because it's probably so closely related to the
to
elephant.
the elephant.
Yeah. Or saber-toothed tiger?
Yeah.
I'm sure they could, yeah.
So I'm just.
And they have a lot of mammoth DNA that's very well preserved because
Yeah.
of the permafrost, the
Yeah,
ice
yeah.
in Siberia. So, like, when they find the shit, the DNA is very well intact.
Yeah.
So they can use a lot of that, I guess.
Yeah, Siberia is known for its long, harsh winters with a January average of minus 25 degrees.
Wow.
Middle of the country typically gets to minus 10 to minus 15 most of the time. Moving deeper into the Siberia, the average is usually minus 15 to minus 25.
Crazy.
What?
Yeah.
And people live there.
Not really.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
Maybe
what?
a few. There might be a few little towns.
One
and
that
shit, but-
one that feeds his pet mammoth or whatever.
What the
Is that where I've watched a YouTube video before, a couple of documentaries actually on the Yakuts people, which live in Siberia. I'm probably butchering that name. But they're tribes that live in...
Wow.
Yeah, they're like Inuits.
I did
Yes,
not.
Oh,
yes,
Inuits.
yes,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
I did
So
not
they're
fucking know
Inuits
that.
are Indians, Native Americans, right?
No, Inuits are Eskimos.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Eskimos.
So they live in the ice and they hunt fucking fish
Is-
with a circle in the ice.
In
and shit.
America?
No, like in the northern
Where?
circle, whatever, the Arctic Circle area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like
I was mistaking them for a Native American tribe, Inuits.
The Yakut people, also known as the... I'm so butchering these names. Also known as the Suckers.
Suckers.
Sucky,
The
sucky.
sarcophagus.
Are a ethnic group from Siberia who primarily live in the Sakha Republic of Russia. They are mixed with other indigenous Siberians after migrating to the area in the 13th and 14th century. They're known for herding reindeer, fishing and hunting. They also are known for enjoying the extreme weather and the unique way of life there.
That's crazy.
I did not know that. That is insanity. Holy shit.
Yeah, I've seen it, but I've watched something on YouTube. I've watched a couple of them where people go there, and it looks like absolutely fucking freezing.
So wait, so Siberia's in Russia. It's like a little
Yeah.
continent in Russia or something.
It's
Like
a part of Russia, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine if they get to the point where they get the woolly mammoths back in Siberia, and then they get like they put other old extinct creatures around those parts or wherever else that needs cold climate, and then there's these tribes of people that are just copying all sorts of like
They have to hunt mammoths now.
yeah, like is that a saber-tooth tiger?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So wait, that's Russia there. Where the fuck's Siberia? Oh, the very top part there.
It's like the middle area.
And no, it's the
Oh.
middle. Hold on one sec. It's here. Can you see the little pin?
And just that part's freezing all the time.
Well, all of
Why?
Russia's cold.
All of Russia,
Russia is cold.
It's,
Yeah,
that whole top of the world is cold as
Yeah.
fuck, man. Canada's cold too.
What
It's all
the
cold.
fuck?
yeah.
We're battling the heats out here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, 'cause-
Holy shit.
Yeah, we're sort of. You'd think because we're close to Antarctica that would be a bit.
We'd be
cooler.
cold, yeah.
A little bit cooler, right? But it's fucking hot here, man.
That's crazy. That
Yeah.
is how big is Russia? There's like
It's
10
massive,
billion
bro.
of those fuckers.
And there's so many different ethnic people in Russia.
Yeah.
Like you got the Dagestanis and shit, the
Yeah.
UFC fighters. They're Russian, but then it's like a completely different culture and
Islamic
world.
Russian, you know?
Yeah, it's weird, man.
That's crazy, eh?
The hardest people there, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, fucking oath. Send 3 years, forget.
I love that. That was all over my TikTok not too long ago.
Oh, damn. Man, in I don't know if it's in I don't know what part of might be Queensland. I didn't write it down, but long story short, a man has been busted smuggling in 100 kilos of cocaine. Though he hasn't been prosecuted yet because he is claiming that he thought it was tobacco. And there's literally video proof of him and his buddy in the containers opening the cocaine, like cheering and shit. And then,
Wow.
yeah, it was like a full proper raid. It was on the middle of the highway. The full SWAT team come in, swarmed the truck, got him out.
Fucking
Ooh.
hell.
Swarmed the truck. We're going to have to get a new fucking cable.
I think it's when I do this with my headphone.
Oh,
That's weird.
I thought it was when Joey was grabbing the mic. Oh, okay. Yeah, they swarmed the truck and yeah, they've been fully busted, but I don't. He's dying with the lie that he thought it was tobacco.
Well, I mean, do you know that lie? He must have got caught and immediately asked what it was because
Yeah.
if you're left alone for a bit with your thoughts, as in what could it be, what could it be? Tobacco is not that thing you say. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like he could have said, fucking, I don't know, it's creatine.
Yeah.
As soon as they test it, he's gone anyway.
Yeah.
So that lie is always temporary. It's kind of like the first thing that popped into his head was,
cigarettes.
But he fucking
Did you see that cunt with the cocaine in his toupee? He was trying to
yeah,
smuggle cocaine.
trying to smuggle it.
I think that's what I was just going to say.
Yep.
Side note, this is not yours,
Yeah,
Iggy, but this was from 7 days ago. I don't know if it's the same one, Dylan, but a 40-year-old man has been arrested for allegedly attempting to take 220 grams of cocaine to the Netherlands by hiding it in a wig.
Yeah, that's the one.
National police in Colombia arrested the man at an airport in
Cartagena.
yeah. I was going to butcher that. I was going to say it in the most white.
Cartagena. He was caught in Cartagena.
Yeah, attempting to board a flight to Amsterdam. The general said the cocaine was worth about 10,000 euros or $16,590.
They're getting clever, eh?
did you say
Oh, they're getting lazy, these motherfuckers. They put him a wig.
how much weight did you say he had stored in his toupee?
220 grams.
That's a lot. How big is your toupee?
Well, there's a photo.
Look at the photo, bro. Look at the
Hold on,
photo.
I think there's a video. Hold on.
Look at the
Oh,
colour
they
there.
cut it off his head.
Oh my god.
So it was picked up in one of those thermal body
Yeah.
scanners.
That is hilarious.
But do you know how risky that is? My
What if
friend,
it leaks into your head?
my friend,
how embarrassing for this guy.
the shame, bro. Oh,
Oh, my hair. Look at that.
look at that coke.
Oh my god.
That's the most expensive haircut.
Man, that's clever, bro.
That is the most expensive haircut.
Wowzers. He would have thought he was the smartest cunt
Yeah.
too going into that place.
Someone's like, his head's way too big. Let's check it.
And then
he walks in, his hair's up here.
It's like Marge Simpson.
wow.
That is insanity.
It's crazy, man. But see, those thermal imaging scanners. My friend, we were coming back from Queensland from a New Year's Eve a few years back, and he literally had a dirty tissue in his pocket, and we went through those thermal imaging, and they asked him to turn out his pockets, and it was just a dirty, snotty fucking tissue. So he just threw it out, and I'm thinking, man, some airports you can't. It's almost like the better chances are sneaking it through check-in than those imaging things. And even then, you're screwed. You know what I mean? I'm not justifying smuggling anything. But I'm just saying it's even ballsier having it on your person. Like, I've never understood smuggling something and putting it on your body. That anxiety is actually with you, whereas if you just check your bag in, you part with that bag and you're like,
good luck.
Good luck. Yeah, you're on your journey. I'm on mine.
Yeah.
If the police just spear tackle me waiting at my gate, then I know what happened. But
It's not my bag.
Iggy, to the point you raised, it was a New Zealand man charged with importing 20 kilos of cocaine into Australia. He accepted a free trip to the US from an anonymous person and thought he was only carrying cigarettes and vapes. The 21-year-old man was arrested at Sydney Airport on Saturday after border officials found 22 vacuum-sealed packages of cocaine hidden inside his suitcase.
yeah, more fool him though.
He's not even smuggling it to his own country.
An estimated street value of $6.5 million.
Wow. That's an angry, what are they called?
Police dog?
angry,
Well, look at them. They're in
No, what are they called? The
dealers.
Custom.
yeah,
Border.
Yeah.
Dealer. Okay.
The head honcho, the
head-
big fish.
yeah.
The Don.
What are they called?
Look how...
Distributor.
Yeah, I guess distributor. Narcotraficante.
So wait, is that actually tobacco though?
No, it's
No,
cocaine.
it was cocaine.
But
But he
he-
told
I mean
them.
the brown shit on top, or was that just the tape?
I think that's just the tape.
Oh, I thought he actually sprinkled tobacco on it to make it look real. I'm like, okay, you know what, this guy's
He's like, I didn't lie. There is tobacco, but there just seems to be $6 million worth of coke as well.
No, I think that's just tape or some sort of...
That is the biggest. That's worse than getting done by a scam. So when people get scammed, right, like for their money, this and that, that's worse because if anyone offers any niceties, like, hey, here's a free flight for vapes and tobacco, I'm as if you're not checking, as if you're not saying, okay, if I'm going to do this, I need to see that is what I'm carrying. If some guy just comes with a duffel and he's like, don't look in it.
Take this, but
Take this. I'm like, that is too much. You know what I mean? I might as well book a flight myself.
Nah, well, usually they kind of give you an offer that you can't really refuse, and it's usually, people with like
that-
money struggles,
Yes,
and they go, bro, don't ask questions, get this into Sydney, and when you land, if you get out the gate, there's going to be a man in a black suit. He's going to take the duffel bag and he's going to give you.
He's like, if I get out the gate, he's like, no,
50 grand
when?
cash
When you get out the gate.
You know what I mean?
Only 21 years old as well.
Okay, so this guy.
It carries a maximum penalty of life imprisonment.
Oh,
We
that's-
don't know if he's even telling the truth, though.
Well, I was just reading. So what he alleges is that an anonymous person paid for his flight, passport, and visa to the US. He then allowed his bag to be swapped at the airport before his return to Australia. His lawyer told the court that the man had a mobile phone exchange with an anonymous person on the 1st of February, and the guy did ask the person if it was just cigarettes and vapes. To which the person responded, "Yes, it is." However, the magistrate and everything is saying that that's when alarm bells should have went off, and you should have, not done that. Obviously,
Yeah.
How do you even get into this, though? How do you just find an anonymous person to,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's a thing.
Reminds me of Squid Games. Like some random guy just comes to you and just goes, yeah, you're down on your luck.
Well, I watched a doco ages ago, and it was on one of the. He used to be one of the biggest, what's it called, like distributors in Sydney. So distributor, not the guy who makes the cocaine, but the guy who the makers in like Colombia, Mexico, they send it to you. You obviously get the biggest cut, but you're also in the firing line because if you fuck up, he literally said in docos that the cartel will send guys on flights here, kill people, and they just fly home the next day. Like they full do that shit still.
Fly in, fly out work.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. But he said, and then so the reason he's not in jail obviously is because he's turned informant and snitched on a whole bunch of people, which is fucking crazy to me. So he's doing the fucking interview with his fucking mask on. They've changed the voice and yada yada yada. And they asked, they say to him, so how do you actually then like? How does the process begin to get it in? And then it was like a proper business. He full explained it in dot point what they do.
What a rat.
And he said that the first thing we do is we have people that work at the airport that are fully working with us. They're on the payroll and we offer them the most, and they're on probably about an extra like 4 to 5, if they're good at their job, 6,000 AUD a week. Okay, so think of that kind of money for a second. So say you're making 1,500 at your day job, but then on the side you're getting an extra 4 or 5 grand a week. So you're on 6-7 grand a week, right? It's good fucking money. And all they do is they tell the guy that they call this guy the door. So he's the door.
The door.
They tell the door. He goes around the workshop because obviously the informant on the inside knows everyone that they work with, and he finds out all the juice on everyone, and he tells the door all the guys, the young ones that have college debt, the ones that are having troubles with their wife, having issues with the bank, credit card loans, whatever. They tell the door, then the door approaches that person and goes, "Hey man, for an extra $2-3 a week, a guy's going to come through with a bag, and when I give you and I tell you the description, you just got to let them through. They don't get scanned, nothing." And that's how they do it. And they literally letting people through. But then eventually, people squeal, people get caught, yada, yada, yada.
Crazy.
But that's literally how they do it. And this doco is only like 6-7 years old. So they're probably still doing shit like that.
You can't stamp it out completely, can you?
You can't stamp it
No.
out, bro.
It's crazy that we've been doing this podcast for so long. I remember when you first watched that documentary and we brought it up and we talked about it on the show. And it's like so much years past.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. We've been doing this, 3 years now.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yep.
You got another point, my man?
Yeah, I got one more point, man. So there's this chimp called Azalea, and she's from Korea, Central Zoo in Pyongyang, in North Korea. She's best known for her ability to smoke cigarettes, a behavior that has garnered criticism from multiple animal rights organizations. Now, if you want to pull up a picture for the boys, there's literally a chimp, right, smoking durries in her enclosure. And the first thing I thought of is like, where in the hell, what in the Planet of the Apes is happening right now? Like, where does a chimp first get a hold of cigarettes, right?
Someone's thrown it in the enclosure.
Unless she's got a handler who really loved her Marlboro Reds, right? And she's just chilling with the chimp, like, you want some? Like, and apparently that chimp is full addicted to cigarettes now. But I just wanted to know at what scale. Like, was this a one-off?
How many ciggies a day is she smoking? Is there any info?
Or not maybe how many ciggies, but is she the only chimp that's ever... Like, is this a thing where they're trialing like they do with rats? They're like, hey, let's get chimps addicted to cigarettes. Like, I'll tell you what, even more insane, if a chimp was having one of those vapes. If a chimp had a vape, why is that even more human than a cigarette?
Oh my God.
And it's North Korea?
Yeah.
In North Korea. Azalea smokes about a pack of cigarettes a day, although she...
It's a North Korean chimp when they're smoking. They're that stressed in North Korea.
Although
pack a day.
She reportedly does not inhale when smoking.
Oh, so just bum puffing them.
She's able to light her own cigarettes using a lighter and has also learned to light a cigarette by touching it to the end of another lit cigarette. Azalea's trainers support her smoking, providing her with both supplies and encouragement. Azalea is popular. This is on Wikipedia, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
Azalea is popular with the zoo's visitors, many of whom find her funny. Smoking is a widespread habit among men in North Korea, with approximately 45% of men smoking on a regular basis. She's also able to perform tricks like dancing, bowing, and touching her nose. The criticism has been received by Peter, who stated that it's cruel to willfully addict a chimpanzee to tobacco for human amusement.
Seriously, that's what they're concerned about in North Korea? What about the fucking people starving and
Don't
shit?
mind the fake meat and the communism and the... Yeah, I tell you, I know. I just cracked the code as to how she found cigarettes. If over 40% of all males in North Korea smoke, I guarantee you a few people that work at the zoo at her enclosure were smoking cigarettes, and they just thought it's funny to just be like, hey, let's give her a cigarette. And she just enjoyed them. And that same worker would just then provide ciggies. Like, it's just smoko for both of them.
I think the zoo itself is not great. It says Azalea is not the only animal at the zoo known for less than ethical habits. There's other exhibits, including a dog that can manipulate an abacus, basketball playing monkeys, and a group of doves that perform a figure skating routine.
What the fuck?
Only in an Asian country can their animals do tricks like that.
Welcome to the North King Jong-un Zoo. The monkey's fucking juggling and smoking cigarettes and shit. What
God.
the fuck, bro?
Polar bears are launching a nuclear missile.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's called Korea Central Zoo. It has over 5,000 wild animals with a total of 650 species.
Has it got a Google review?
Or if it's North Korea, it's 5 out of 5 stars. Kim
yes.
Jong-un just gone.
The best zoo in the world.
Again, smoke again.
They don't tell you it's not out of 5 stars, it's out of 100 though. They got 5 stars.
It only launched its first English language official website in January 2025.
Jesus Christ.
It's still better than the zoo in Uruguay.
A smoking chip. I'd love to have it. Like, I don't really smoke ciggies per se, but if I'm gonna smoke a ciggy, it's gonna be with the fucking chimp from Mizzou.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing much to talk about while you're on that smoko break. But how cool would it be just sitting right next to one and just
If a monkey offers me a cigarette, I'm taking
You're taking it,
right? I'm taking a cigarette.
Next thing you know, it's a fucking Jeffrey's got like heroin and shit. And a monkey will fuck you. What the fuck, man? Monkey's like, yeah. Like, fuck you, you fuck.
imagine the chimp lights your cigarette for you?
Yeah. It's
Oh, look at it, bro. Look at him. Her, sorry.
Yeah, so she's just butt puffing.
Yeah, she's just like playing with it. I mean, look,
Okay,
it is cool.
Can you get addicted by bum puffing though?
She's getting head spins
Or is it
and
just
shit.
the habit?
I mean, a habit.
Look at her standing there.
That habit is an addiction.
Monkeys scare the fuck out of me, man.
They're crazy.
They are
bro.
so scary.
That's wild.
Imagine getting chased by that
That's
through the
not
forest.
far from me. I sniff my own ass
Yeah.
like that.
It looks like a guy in a suit. Sniffing your own ass.
Imagine it is. They come out and it's just.
Oh my gosh,
Man,
bro.
did you see the North Korea that Dylan Page video about
Yeah.
the guy in North Korea? It's like changing. Like they got like
Yeah, they-
phones and shit, like video
Yeah.
games and shit, but like North Korean specific ones and shit. Like it's fucking weird. And they opened their resort as well.
That
I
resort
think.
we're talking
Yeah.
about, yeah.
Yes.
That beachside resort. There used to be a missile facility. Yeah, so it's changing in terms of they're trying to get into the touristy kind of like make it a bit touristy and like the games on the phone so big because they're so against people on their phones.
Well, I don't know, but they had a version of what was it, League of Legends or something, like a fucking Korean,
specifically
North
Korean.
Korean made.
Okay.
So they
Fucking-
can't talk to other people and shit. But like it's
Pin the tail on Kim Jong-un. Fucking ring around the Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un base.
do you know how they killed Kim Jong Un's brother?
No.
So Kim Jong Un, this is crazy, right? How crazy and scary like these governments and shit are. Like Kim Jong Un's brother, Kim Jong Nam, he was like the cool brother. He was like he went
cool brother.
overseas. He was an expat and like studying overseas. He was a bit more like
Less psychotic?
what's the word? Yeah, he was progressive. He was progressive, right? So he was next in line. But then he was going overseas and he didn't really like how North Korea was and shit. So if he was in charge, he would probably change things, right? Anyway, and he was overseas, right? And they tricked these two girls, right? These two random girls. These guys approached them and like, we're doing YouTube. This is a YouTube channel. We do pranks and shit on people. So they did a couple of these videos and they were just normal pranks. They'd get these girls to do pranks or whatever. And then they're like, okay, this day you're going to go into this airport and you're going to like cover their eyes and say like, guess who? But you'll have like baby oil in your hands. And then they're like all fucked up. They got baby oil on their face. All right. So they're with this guy at the airport and this guy, the two girls don't even know about each other. They're just both separately doing these prank things, right? The guy picks the dude, right? Who's Kim Jong-nam in the airport. They're like, go do it to him. So they put this baby oil on her hands. She goes up behind him, puts it over his eyes. Guess who? Whatever. He freaks out. He's like, what the fuck? He's got baby oil on his face. And then a couple minutes later, the second girl, they get to do it to him as well. He starts freaking out or whatever. He thinks it's baby oil. They wipe it off. They go away, whatever. And then a couple like minutes later, he starts feeling fucking ill, like real ill and shit from this fucking baby oil that he wiped off his face. And then it turns out it wasn't actually baby oil. They got these two random girls doing this YouTube thing for a while, tricked them into thinking it was legit. And then it was actually a substance that if you mix the two things together, it like poisons you.
Huh.
So they got
Wow.
these two random girls, both thinking they're just doing a prank, put it over his eyes. And when the second girl came and put it over his eyes,
That
it
was the
did the
kill.
reaction. How crazy and
What,
cunning is that?
what was the
man?
substances, does it say?
It was called a VX nerve agent, which essentially a nerve agent is a chemical that attacks the nervous system, causing severe illness or death. They are among the most toxic chemical warfare agents known. And a VX nerve agent specifically includes loss of consciousness, seizures, and death.
Crazy, eh?
The story, just for what Dylan said is correct, on the 13th of February 2017, Kim Jong-nam died after being exposed to VX nerve agent at Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. It is widely believed that he was killed on the orders of his half-brother, Kim Jong-un. 4 North Korean suspects left the airport shortly after the attack, traveling back home, and then it just goes on to say what Dylan said about the 2 women.
So they didn't even know.
So they didn't even know about it. They just said, hey, we're going to do this prank
They
And
thought
then-
it was a TV prank. They said they were approached and they thought it was a TV prank. So
Did they know who the guy that guy was?
it was an Indonesian woman and a Vietnamese woman.
Oh, so they wouldn't have really known.
They
yeah.
wouldn't have known. No.
They all look
No.
alike.
What a
I'm
fucking
joking.
way to go.
I'm joking. We always end it. There's always something crazy going on in the world, like that's both like exciting, but then also morbid. There's a lot of morbid stuff out there.
Right. Well, fucking. What were you gonna say, Tori? Sorry.
I was just going to say, back to Dylan's original point about North Korea changing everything. I am reading an article that says North Korea appears to be positioning 2025 as a year for consolidation and adjustment, with 2026 marked for new initiatives. The new approach encompasses nuclear and missile capability enhancement. That's the first thing.
So nothing good.
Missile better.
Military readiness improvement, implementation of the people first principle, youth ideological education, legitimizing North Korea's independent path, distinguishing Kim Jong-un's leadership from his predecessors, and national mobilization through revolutionary spirit.
Very vague and big words, and the thing is, depending on what crazy person, if it's a crazy person or a nice person, that could be both used in as good or evil. You know what I mean? Like
That didn't sound good at all.
yeah.
I think-
What's their individual path as North Korea? It's like we're going to strive for our own individual path or whatever it said.
I think North Korea just needs, because how they live is not sustainable, right? And North Korea knows
Yeah.
that.
Eventually, it's gonna collapse.
So if they got the right, that's why it was exciting when Trump was the first US president ever to go to North Korea and talk to him, because it's like there's a path there. If they get like proper
guidance.
guidance and they can actually get some shit and become a normal fucking country, they would go for it 100%. They just need resources and the right kind of fucking, they need to be coast along. And like apparently his sister's next in line, and I thought that'd be great, a woman, but apparently she's more of a fucking psychopath than he is.
Oh
To be
god,
honest.
yeah.
I think Trump can. He said they were close. He says a lot of shit though, but he said that Putin, like they agreed on denuclearization. Like we need to get rid of these nukes because it does. What's going to happen if we nuke each other? The world ends. That's not good for anyone. So he thinks they were committed to it. They were going to bring China in as well. And then when he went to North Korea, he said Kim Jong-un was like for it. Like they were working it out,
Yeah.
But
And
who knows?
That's like
though?
what we said before, though. No one's going to really give it up. How do you know people are really
Exactly.
giving it
yeah,
up?
that's the problem.
you give it up first.
Yeah.
And then one country says that they gave it up, and then 2 years later, a spy finds out that this cunt's still got nukes under his bed and shit.
I reckon it'll happen.
In North
I reckon
Korea,
they'll
do
get rid of
you
it.
reckon people in North Korea have OnlyFans? Like, do you know how?
No, they've got
No.
nothing. They've got
Do you know
nothing.
how? Well, do you know how I was thinking
Nah.
this because I was thinking about the economy and you said it's not sustainable. So my brain went, okay, not sustainable. That means economy as well and other things. But I thought economy. Can you make? Do you know how like we live in a capitalist kind of society? All the modern westernized countries, you can make money yourself quite easy compared to some other countries, right? That have less freedoms. But I'm thinking, Tory could make a foot account and make bank, or do whatever on OnlyFans and make bank. Can you show your asshole as a North Korean woman?
No.
Without, as long as it's North Korean men only.
They
Nah.
don't have proper internet.
They've got nothing, bro.
I
They've
thought
got
they had
no
internet, but it's just within the confines of North
I think
Korea.
they do, but it's only North Korea. But like, it's not. You wouldn't be allowed to do that.
No.
man.
Yeah, they've got nothing.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you're assigned a job
'Cause-
in North Korea.
Because the whole thing of communism is it's the opposite of capitalism, right? So it's like they wouldn't allow people to be able to make that kind of money just themselves,
Yeah,
right? Is
exactly.
that also a thing of like?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, they,
I mean, not only OnlyFans. I'm just thought.
Like just anything in general,
People
yeah,
can't make
no.
money, but I'm just saying it's got so easy here where people do make money for shit. Like you're like, wow. I mean, good on you. Go get your bread, but it's like over there, nada.
Well, did you see that crypto? I only saw this the other day. The crypto trader who killed himself on stream. He was playing Russian roulette and killed himself.
Oh no!
Yeah, crazy. Like
What
there was
the
this
fuck?
crypto trader guy. He was on
He's
stream.
playing with an actual bullet,
Yeah, a
in the gun.
revolver.
Oh my god!
Playing
Why?
Russian roulette. He's like, if I die, I hope they make a meme coin about me. And they did. He killed himself on stream. He forced to the ground. The stream went for another hour, and they could hear gurgling sounds and shit in the background.
What the fuck?
He died, and then they made a meme coin about this guy, and were like, how degenerate and shit. Like, and it was pumping money and shit. Like,
Wow.
fucking crazy, man.
Where was he from? What country?
I don't know.
I'm just reading one. I'm just reading the first one that came up. It said that he had lost an the first article that I read. Crypto trader shoots self on live stream after losing $500 in a meme coin investment.
$500.
At what point would you kill yourself if you lost?
No amount of money because that's what
move
I'm
to the
willing.
woods.
That's what I'm willing to lose.
Yeah.
Like if I put in $1 million, it's because I'm willing to lose $1 million. But 500, like
Damn.
His name was Mr. Fuck You.
Yeah,
Okay.
loaded a revolver and stated, "If I die, make me into a meme
show me
coin."
his picture. Is he American or yeah? He looks it.
I'm just trying to find it, but I don't know actually.
Yeah, it's,
He might have been
That's what
Russian
happens when
or-
you mix bad mental health with crypto,
Money.
with money, especially crypto. You know, you can.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, man.
insanity.
Yeah, it doesn't say where he's from.
Yeah, right. Well, I've got fucking two more. Just one quick one. I am correct again. So I remember a couple months ago I said that eventually Afterpay will let us, Afterpay groceries, and all of you said no, they won't. It'll never happen.
I don't think we said that. But
Yes, you did. I was correct again. Afterpay officially
We have
sent.
we have to make an applause button.
Yeah, literally, bro. Yeah, I've got nothing but. FriendlyFire is right again. Afterpay officially sent an email. I don't know if you guys got the email, but I got the email saying that soon a lot of places are going to let you now Afterpay your groceries and fuel.
they've been doing fuel for a while, though. haven't
After
they?
paying fuel.
Yeah.
Where?
When you go to the servo, they got the Afterpay stickers on the fucking thing.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, I've seen them.
Wow, I've not seen that at the fuel server.
For fuel, yeah, not Woolies, though.
Yeah. So, is there any news on this, Tori?
There is.
Yes.
You cannot purchase groceries directly from Coles or Woolworths with Afterpay, but you can buy gift cards on Afterpay.
Oh, okay.
While Afterpay is interest-free, you will be charged late fees if you fail to make your repayments on time. So I don't know. You're not going to be able to buy the groceries directly through Afterpay, but shoppers may be able to buy a Coles or Woolworths gift card from the Afterpay app or website to redeem at the checkout. So this would split the cost of your grocery into 4 fortnightly installments. So while you can't add to cart all your items, they're saying buy a $200 Woolworths voucher
And go get $200 worth of groceries.
and then Afterpay that $200 gift card, which
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Afterpay's for fun stuff.
The thing is that because
like-
when you start after paying your daily life,
Yeah, 'cause I feel like
gonna
you
think
can't
have,
catch up.
Yeah, you're
Like-
gonna have this much money this week. Oh no, you forgot to pay last week's groceries.
Yeah.
it's those kind of things. I just like to pay it and forget about it.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I mean?
agree. I have to pay like fishing rods and shit. Just like fun random knickknacks and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
because you know that once you do that after pay and you finish, it's finished till the next thing.
yeah.
But groceries are every week, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I feel like that's a horrible idea, especially if like you give a family who's struggling
I
and
thought
they
it'd be a
start
good
after
idea.
paying groceries. It's going to be a never-ending.
Well, I mean, initially it feels like a good idea because you have to delay payment, but they're coming at you with maybe is it interest? I don't know if
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
So it's,
No, sorry, you don't get interest, but you get late payment fees.
Yeah, if you miss a payment.
yeah, which they're trusting that people will do. You know,
Last one. What's it called? Hurricane fucking Helen
yeah.
or Helene?
Isn't it?
Alfred, sorry.
Alfred.
Cyclone
that
Alfred.
seems like
It's cyclone.
the bitchest cyclone ever. If Alfred was knocking on my door, I'd be like,
Well, they
right.
named it Anthony, but they changed it because of our Prime Minister. They didn't want to name
Well,
it.
I've already been seeing TikToks, bro. Cunts' cars are like getting swept away and shit.
where was
Like,
this?
In Queensland.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Bro, it's in Queensland. They're full on like warning. Apparently, I saw just before you guys rocked up to here, there was a news headline on the internet saying that cunts in Queensland are starting to freak out and like everyone's bum rushing the shops and shit
no
and
way.
buying. Yeah, stocking
I feel
up
like
on
in
water,
Queensland,
food.
a lot of it's a tropical kind of place.
Yeah.
They cop a lot of shit, man.
Byron Bay too, wasn't it? Isn't it North New South Wales as well?
It is. It's northern New South Wales. I'm just reading up on it now.
I love
It
Byron
is
Bay.
expected to make landfall somewhere between Queensland, Sunshine Coast and Gold Coast in the early hours of Friday morning. At the moment, its wind speed classes it as a Category 2 storm, which might sound like a low ranking, but Alfred is expected to dump 800 millimeters of rain on southeast Queensland, which
Fuck you, Alfred.
could cause life-threatening flooding.
Fuck.
Do you know how much water? So when we get heavy as rain, we're copping like 60, 50 mil.
Tops,
So
yeah.
800 mil, bro, is insane. Megalodon, can you swim? You are a megalodon after all.
Yes.
Wow, that is crazy, bro.
Batten down the hatches if you're a local there.
Yeah, so this weekend I even looked. We're going to get some rain, or pretty much Friday through to Sunday, but it was only, I think, 20 to 40 mils.
Okay.
That's
But that's still a lot for us. Like,
Yeah.
our average is 1 to 5. Like, if
Yeah.
it's
It
raining.
trips me out. I know we've had this conversation, but how they measure rain, it's like, is it in a beacon?
Yeah.
Is it in a little tub? And it depends how many mils in terms of that what dictates how many mils is how what is it stored in?
How does that work? Isn't it like the area where it's raining 5 mil off the ground in that whole area? Is that
Yeah,
how
but
it
who's
works?
getting a measuring tape and measuring that? Like, how do they?
Millimeters of rain are calculated by measuring the depth of rainwater that's collected in a rain
Gauge.
gauge, where 1 millimeter of rain is equivalent to 1 liter of water per square meter of area.
Right.
Okay.
And a rain gauge is a specialized tool that's used to collect rainwater, typically consisting of a funnel that directs into a container.
Okay.
What
The
the
collected water level in the gauge is measured in millimeters. That signifies how many millimeters of rain have fallen.
So if they wanted to one day change the size of the gauge, therefore the measurements would also change. In terms of like if it was a bigger gauge, it'd be less mils of water in that bigger gauge, but it'd be the same amount of rain fallen. Do you get what I mean?
No.
Not really.
So like so you get the same amount of rain, the same amount of 5 mils, whatever it is, in this gauge. But if you get a bigger gauge thing, that 5 mils is now less because it's in a bigger.
but I think the gauge is just one. the gauge.
this guy's doing the whole
No.
fucking what weighs more, a ton of feathers or a ton of but a ton of feathers is heavier.
I know it's the one gauge they use, but it's like who came up with the size of the fucking gauge, man?
What?
Who
But it's like, who came up with a millimeter being a millimeter?
Yeah, okay, true.
That
Not,
was.
not really, but oh yeah, I guess.
We'll just move on from that.
I love a rainy weekend, to be honest. I love sitting
Yeah,
inside,
bro,
watching
yeah.
TV and shit.
Hot cup of cocoa.
Unless you have something to do,
Yeah.
then it's a drag. But if you don't want to go to a social event and you're like, I don't know whether to go or not, and then it starts storming or raining, you're like, oh, I have to think of something because I don't want to go to this.
It is bumming when you got a fucking event on and it's pissing
Yeah.
down.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, that is
Holloway,
the worst.
Holloway's 21st, the poor bastard, dude. He had a big party plan, everything, dress up party,
Pissed
all
down.
dressed up, and it fucking downpoured. Like, it was the most all weekend. And we still
Yeah.
had the party and shit, but it's just, the vibe's
It's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah.
That's like when we went to Dom Dollar and it was pissing down. Remember?
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's crazy too, because how often does it rain really? Like, come on.
Yeah.
And then on the one weekend.
It
you
hardly
got some-
rains,
Yeah.
It only rains when there's shit on. I
Yeah.
just realized, like, we are in a fucking simulation. That is fucking why this shit happens. Fuck.
You're a fucking idiot. Lucky we're not live, eh?
Oh, yeah. I don't think we can actually go live.
I think we
Joey's
can.
always name dropping
Yeah.
people. Fuck!
How come it feels so good to say that?
And I almost hit Tori when I hit Henry across the fucking.
You're a
God.
spastic.
You remember a kid playing the PlayStation or something and like they would just throw a remote? Like,
Just too excited.
Just to wrap up, just on that cyclone thing, I just want to highlight that a cyclone watch has been issued for northern New South Wales, which is the first time since 1990.
Wow.
Northern New South Wales is like Byron Bay, Lismore,
Yep, yep.
Grafton, Tweed Head. So anybody that's in those areas in Queensland, guys, stay safe.
yeah.
Obsy's parents are in Grafton.
Yeah, be careful, guys. What's happening?
Our cousin the Viking lives in Byron, doesn't he? Yeah, that's crazy.
He'd probably be out there fucking.
Doing a rain dance. And
Magic carpet just floating across the shit.
Magic carpet.
Oh, fuck me. This episode of the simulation has been good.
Yeah,
It's been fun.
Yep.
it's always a pleasure, never a chore. here at fucking FireCast.
Here at the FireCast
Episode-
simulation. Oh, what episode is this?
140.
48,
Wait,
man. We
wait,
got
two
one more than
more.
the special, bro.
Oh, yeah,
We gotta
one
think
more
of
than the
something.
special.
Yeah, Tori, start thinking. That's why you're here and you're not thinking a lot.
You don't fucking pay me to
If
think.
I'm being honest. Well, that's why we brought you on board, is to use that female noggin of yours and you've...
Why does that happen? Come on, man.
It's because... Is it when he's
No, because I moved my headphone.
Well, stop moving it.
I know, but
he just keeps doing
Like, why does it keep happening?
my ears are itchy, bro.
I have to get some new headphones, maybe, because it might be the cord. But yeah, you used your noggin the first 2 eps.
Look at yeah, Dev stare. We'll think of something. I don't know. I'm liking the hot I'm liking the hot
joking.
wings. I'm liking the hot wings kind
Oh
of.
yeah, I'll have a think of something. I think a little Q&A would be good as well. And then
Q&A, hot wings, lizards,
minus the lizards.
A furry.
JD
Yeah,
the furry.
If we could do a furry, hot wings, and a Q&A.
Oh,
would be
the
great.
furry can serve us the hot wings.
Okay. Anyway,
Nah. Okay.
We'll work on
I'm
it.
all out of ideas, apparently. Thank you guys as always. DZ, close us out. Say something inspirational.
There's so much shit I have in my head. I just can't think of it.
Of course.
I don't know, man.
I'm so
Joey,
pumped. I'm
take
so
over.
pumped.
Go,
I
Joey.
have nothing. Live your dreams. Live, laugh, pray.
Next week.